Hi guys. Hi everyone. Welcome to today's live stream. How are you guys doing? If you can hear me, please type yes or say something on the live chat. You probably will be watching this either on YouTube, Facebook, or our website, which is live.ceramiracle.com. If you can hear me, just say hi to me so I know that everything is working, everything is fine. Today we'll be talking. Oh, hi Gwendolyn. Hi DB. Yeah, great. You guys can hear me. I can see you. And so, how am I? I'm good. I'm good. It has been. Hi, Janice. Good morning. It has been the same. I mean, I wish I have interesting stories to tell you, but it has been the same. The good thing is, like we can do more stuff now. Right? I can get my hair cut. I can get more things, and hopefully, like next week, we can do more stuff. Uh, my dogs, they look like they belong in the forest. So I need to get send my dog to the groomers next week too, which is happening. But apart from that, I think we're kind of still stuck for another month. Oh, but fortunately, we have the live stream and I have you guys with me, so I am not so bored. Today we'll be talking about naturopathy, which is, I guess it's what I studied, and today I just want to maybe share with you guys what it is, explain to you what it does, how can it impact your life, and how can it be a part of your life as well. Because I think a lot of people do not really understand what naturopathy is. There's a lot of misconception. There's a lot of explanation. So today maybe I'll explain it in the best way I can to you guys, and hopefully it will be something that you can take on as part of your life because it is the study of the natural life. So regardless, and as long as you're taking a supplement, you are in a way incorporating into your daily life. But it's more than that. It's a holistic way of looking at life, um, all the way through to from what you eat to your lifestyle to even what you think. So I found some nice slides today that I'm going to put it on so I can explain to you what it does. And hi, Alma. And in a way, it also gives you a sneak peek of my study life, right? Because I spent 4 years doing studying this, and then I spent about I think 5 to 6 years practicing it until I decided to create a brand. And now I'm still doing it, right? In a way, by sharing this on the live stream, I'm still kind of like igniting uh, my passion and also what I was taught to do, which is sharing. So before we do that, let's just update some of the new guys on our live stream. You probably might be watching this on Facebook or YouTube. We are live on all these platforms, as well as on our website, which is live.ceramiracle.com. And you'll be able to live chat with me regardless of where you're watching this from. And it is important that you know where the live chat function is because every live stream we do a giveaway, and during the giveaway you have to type your answers, and don't be shy because if you're watching this during the giveaway and all you have to do is to just type your answer, right? So let's say if I ask you a question or we're playing a game, you just have to type like a random answer. You don't even have to chat with anyone else, and if your answer gets picked or if you pick the correct answer, then you win the live stream, and it's that easy. And then we send you a gift regardless of where you are in the world. So that's amazing. I don't think any other brands in the world do like a global giveaway twice every week, and we probably are the first to do it. So, oh, more and more people coming to the live stream. So to those of you who have just joined me, hi. Good evening if you're in the US. Good morning if you're in Asia, and good. I don't think there's an afternoon time zone right now. Right? I don't think so. But Europe is in night, US is in evening, and then Asia is in morning. So yeah, I mean like the giveaway we're giving out. I don't know how many how many things already. We started the live stream when the global lockdown started, and to think about it, it has been quite a while. Like, it feels like it actually feels like it's a long time. Like, it's about a month to almost 2 months, right? And I don't know, like I just hope we learn something from this coronavirus collectively as a world, right? Because I feel like it shouldn't happen and ever happen again because it's just so disruptive. It's okay to make change. It's okay to, like react to what's happening in the world. But I feel like right now, no, we have entered a paradigm shift where we have to change a lot of things, and I think things will probably continue to change. But when you think about the last crises that the world faced, right? Even like with SARS and or MERS, it wasn't that it didn't really affect the entire. I mean, people globally had the virus, but we didn't really have to change what we do in our daily life. But like looking at this current coronavirus, I think we'll have to make changes. As you can see every day on the news, you have companies changing policies, and you have company closing down, going bankruptcy. Ah, we'll see what happens. But today, it's all about you guys. It's all about you. I want to share this because hopefully you can learn something today and incorporate today's live stream into your daily life, and hopefully that will help you live better, healthier, and happier. So, so let's get into it. What is naturopathy? When you think of naturopathy, maybe let's throw some questions out first. Like, when you guys think of naturopathy, what do you think? Or do you what is your perception or explanation for the word naturopathy? Anybody can just let me know, like what do you think it means? What have you heard so far? Just type something. I feel like there's no right and wrong to this answer because even when as a student, like we were always confused, what is naturopathy, and it took a while to understand it because it is not a specific thing, right? It is not like cardiovascular medicine, right? It's not like dermatology, where it's very specific on a specific body part. Naturopathy is very broad. If nobody knows the answer, or if nobody has a comment, then somebody's typing. Let's see. Happy girl, I can see happy girl typing, and then she stopped. Oh, Anna's typing too. Yeah, and like even within naturopathy, like naturopathy is not a clean word because it's often being misused, or it's often being abused as well. So Happy Girl says use natural ingredients to heal the body. So that is one part of it, and that is right. No, that is right, but that is only one small part of it. As I said, it's a very broad term. It's more than that. So in fact, there's almost no really wrong answer if you're in the right direction. You are in the right direction. In naturopathy, uses natural ingredients to heal the body. And I think we have more people coming. Anna says natural way to cure any diseases. So this is it's in a way right, but it's also bordering on quite like, because when you talk about cure any diseases, right? Not all diseases can be cured, and naturopathy definitely cannot cure everything. So Gwendolyn says self-healing. Janice Wong says natural treatment. So all these are correct, but all this forms only part of naturopathy. So let me try and explain it in the best way I can. Naturopathy is the study of the relationship between the human body as a whole and the natural world. Kami says prevention, yeah. And like it is a very broad term. It's an umbrella term, right? A lot of the therapies that people do today, be it using herbal medicine, using nutrition, going for holistic counseling, all this falls under the branches of naturopathy, right? So you think of naturopathy as an umbrella term, and then underneath there's a lot of sub branches. So sub branches could be like a specific modality. So in naturopathy we use the term modality. Modality explains a specific way of treatment or prevention, very specifically, either like using herbal medicine plants, or it could be using something else, right? So it is a broad term, but as long as the therapy fits into one of these 6 principles, then it can be considered a naturopathic therapy. So let me pull up the 6 principles of naturopathic medicine. So like a conventional doctor, so like your GP or your specialist, they have to follow like an oath, the Hippocrates oath, which is like do no harm, etc. With a naturopath or with naturopathic medicine, there are also 6 principles, and the 6 principles are number 1, do no harm, and number 2 is of course the healing power of nature. Number 3 is to identify and treat the causes, right? Not the symptoms, but the causes. And then the physician as the teacher, so which is what I'm doing now. As a naturopath, we are not really a doctor. We don't really consider ourselves a doctor, because what a doctor does is to treat your symptoms. But what we consider ourselves is, we consider us as like a teacher. We teach you how to manage your own symptoms. And then we treat the whole person. So we do not treat specific symptoms, but we treat the person as a whole. And in this, it means, for example, if you have like an eczema patch on your hand here, if you go to a conventional doctor, then what they'll do is maybe they'll prescribe you creams that you apply onto it to relieve the itchiness and the dryness, right? Because those are the symptoms. But when you go and see a naturopath will look at eczema here, but then a naturopath will also ask you about your diet, will also ask you about your lifestyle, and a naturopath might ask you really strange questions as well, like things that might not be totally related to this, but there's always a reason in the questions that we ask you, because we're using all these questions and answers to form a complete picture, and that picture is the entire picture of your persona, of your health. And through that, then what we do is we find the root cause of the issue, right? Because your eczema on your hand, we need to find out whether is it caused by like a contact to something that you're allergic to, or it could be a sluggish liver, or it could be if you have leaky gut. They're all different organs, so we're almost like detectives, and we work with you to find the exact root cause of the problem. And then the last part, which I find is the most important part for a naturopath or naturopathy, is prevention. Right? We, as naturopaths, and this is like the biggest irony in the world, because the entire naturopathic principles and practice is in prevention. Right? We work with people to help them live better, live longer, live healthier. So then in return they prevent chronic diseases or other diseases, and that's what we do best, right? We're not like surgeons. We do not cut you up and then fix you up. We're not like doctors that can give you an injection and subside your fever immediately. We do not do those kind of things. What we do is we work with you to ensure that you live a life that is healthy and fulfilling. But in reality, a lot of people who come to naturopaths usually come to us as a last resort, right? So after they have gone to their doctors for something, and they can't get it fixed, or like the doctor will tell them, oh, this what you have is that you have to live with it. Then they come to a naturopath as the last resort, and when that happens, then it becomes really, really hard, because a lot of things in nature works best as a prevention, but when you come to a naturopath as a last resort, it's really hard to work with it. There can be great results, but it takes time, it takes a lot of willpower, but that essentially is the 6 principles of naturopathic medicine. And so you can think of different modalities, right? So we have nutrition. So some naturopaths specialize in nutrition, and what they do is they look at your daily diet and how you can, through your food, incorporate healing foods, and then use that to do the six things, right? Do no harm, healing power of nature and the food, and then also identifying and treat the causes in your body using food. And then the nutritionist becomes your teacher, treating your whole body treating you as a whole, and then preventing you from developing chronic diseases. So likewise, a herbalist, so somebody who works with plants, right, that can maybe prescribe you dried leaves or roots, or prescribe you herbs in capsules and tablets, or prescribe you herbal liquids. So herbalists work exclusively with medicinal plants, and they use the healing power and nature and healing power of the plants to treat whatever conditions that you have. So they also fall under the category of naturopathy. But a herbalist is not exactly a naturopath, and a nutritionist is also not exactly a naturopath, right? Because a naturopath will need to have we need to specialize in a few modalities, so then we can cross-reference and cross-prescribe to create a complete either preventive or healing solution. So for example, like myself, I specialize in herbal medicine. I also specialize in nutrition, and then I also specialize in like skincare. So this three modalities now becomes like my arsenal of like bullets to help you work with your health. Some naturopaths might specialize in counseling, and then they might also specialize in homeopathy, and something else, right? So it really depends on the naturopath, what they are really good at or what they're really passionate about. Then they will find modalities and fit them together to create their own way of working with you to help you achieve like your best health. So for me, I work a lot with plants, I work a lot with herbs, and that is why in like the Ceramiracle products, if you look at the formulation, I use a lot of plants and herbs in it, because I know this really well. And also like the nutrition part will also look at like your vitamins and minerals. So Janice, medicine alternative, I would, yes and no, right? Because like for me, I see food as a medicine, so I don't really see this as an alternative. I see this almost as mainstream. And then for someone who takes supplements every day, like it's mainstream, right? Because it's part of my life. But there are people who look at naturopathy as a medicine alternative. I guess regardless of the word, alternative, replacement, for me, it's as long as it does the most important part, which is prevention, like helping you prevent certain conditions, or finding the root cause of your problems to elevate your suffering. I guess that is the most important part of naturopathy, and you can incorporate it into your daily life. It also forms part of the bigger picture, right? So as I said, naturopathy is a umbrella term with multiple different branches, like herbal medicine, homeopathy, nutrition, holistic therapy, and then above naturopathy, then there's another bigger umbrella, which is called integrative medicine, and that is something that the world is slowly moving into. Why? Because as traditional naturopaths becomes more exposed to medical science, and also as conventional doctors become more exposed to naturopathy, then together collectively they come up with a new science, or rather a new umbrella called integrative medicine. Ida Mahadi, I got it right. Ida, is herb best to eat raw? So for this question, it really depends on the herb that you're using. There are some herbs that are great raw, right? So, or herbs and plants that are great raw. So, but there are also some specific herbs and plants that are great when it's cooked. So a really classical example is tomato. So we know tomato is very high in antioxidant, it's high in lycopene. When you eat a raw tomato, that's great because you're consuming, like the micronutrients in the tomato. You're also consuming the antioxidants in the form of like the lycopene, the carotenoids. But when you cook a tomato, what happens is the heat from cooking actually stimulates and increases the the efficacy of the lycopene, which is the antioxidant in the tomato. It actually concentrates it. So you're actually increasing the antioxidant value of tomato after you have cooked it. So in this specific case, then the tomato becomes more useful as a medicine after it is cooked. Then there are certain herbs that will work best when it is dried. So for example, let's talk about, in fact, most herbs, they might work better when it is dried, if you look at it this way, right? Because when a herb is fresh, and when I'm saying this, I don't mean you shouldn't be eating raw herbs, because raw herbs are great. You can use it for cooking, you can use it for eating, but when you want to reach a therapeutic effect with a herb, so for example, like medicine, every single herb has got a profile, has got a therapeutic dose, right? So for example, when we look at, let me think about like ginseng, for example, okay, ginseng. When you eat a raw ginseng, and you can only eat so much, right? Because as a raw ginseng, it contains fiber, it contains water in there. Maybe after eating like a few, you become slightly full. But when you want to reach a therapeutic effect for like a certain herb and plant, when you dry them and pound them into like a powder, what you're doing is you're concentrating it, right? Because you evaporate the water from the raw herb, it becomes smaller, it starts to shrink. So when it's smaller, then that means you can consume more. Or actually you might consume less because you have concentrated it. So that becomes more efficient. So I guess eating raw herb becomes a case of sustainability, right? For a lot of people, if you're working, if you're busy, or if you don't know how to process or prepare it, then you might have a problem being sustainable with raw herbs as a therapy. So it's much easier then to like buy a capsule or buy dried herbs or buy teas. But if you can go for raw herbs, if you have like a herb garden, then I would say go for the raw herbs, because raw herbs do contain the same useful phytochemicals, but they also additionally contain living enzymes. Your raw herbs contains living enzymes that can also be beneficial to your health. And then the other thing that is pretty good is to ferment your raw herb. So if you know how to do fermenting, then what you could do is you can ferment the raw herb, because when you ferment the raw herb, you're increasing the bioavailability, but you're also able to store your raw herb better, because a lot of raw herbs, like things like coriander, parsley, they go bad really quickly. So if you ferment it, then you can keep it longer and fresher. So yeah, so as we're talking about integrative medicine, I want to pull out this Happy Girl. Can you share what are some good herbs to add to our cooking? Everything, it really depends on the recipe, right? I don't want you to just add like herbs to your cooking just because you want herbs, and it has to also fit the recipe and the dish. But when you can, like for every single dish, it would be good to add like a handful of herbs in it. Things like, as I said, parsley. So parsley and coriander, cilantro, they're really good because they contain chlorophyll, quite high levels of chlorophyll, and they're also great chelators. So they help to chelate or draw out toxins and heavy metals from our body. So I tend to have coriander in almost like every single meal. And then you have things like rosemary. So rosemary would be great with like meat. If you roast a lamb or something, rosemary is great with it. Even with potatoes, roasted potatoes, rosemary is great as well. So rosemary contains antioxidant rosemary is actually used in a lot of skincare as a preservative. It prevents things from oxidation because it's very high in antioxidant. So rosemary can actually help to prevent oxidation of certain lipids and also certain sugar in the body. It has been shown to be really good to protect the skin from ultraviolet rays, and that is why in Invisan, in one of our skin supplements, we use rosemary in there for this specific purpose. So there are also basil. I like basil. I like basil with tomato. So when you cook like a pasta, you make like a bolognese sauce, and then you have your tomato in there, which is high in lycopene, and then you have basil. So basil also contains antioxidant, but basil has this additional benefit of being really calming. So if you're somebody who is like very type A, who is anxious, incorporating more basil in your diet will give you more tranquility. Right? It has got a nerve calming effect. So we call it a nervine tonic. What are good herbs for beauty? I want to do like a total like a live stream one of these days with like herbs for beauty. So what are herbs that's good for beauty? Very easy. Just look at every single Ceramiracle product and look at the herbs in there, and then you know, right? My favorite, as I've always mentioned, is Gymnostemma, Jiao Gulan, Gymnostemma pentaphyllum, which is a leaf, a weedy leaf that grows in south of China that has got quite a similar healing profile as ginseng. So that is really, and that is found in the First Light skin supplement, right? So First Light skin supplement has got the Gymnostemma in it, and so this is really good for your skin because it can support collagen synthesis, and it can also help to prevent cell degradation. Other herbs that it would be good for your skincare. So all the herbs that I've mentioned before, things like parsley, I was thinking, watercress. So watercress can be used in your salad. Watercress can be used in soups. Right, a lot of Chinese people like to boil watercress, 西洋菜, in soup with almond seeds. So watercress is great if you juice it, because the watercress juice contains very little sugar, so it doesn't affect your blood sugar level. But watercress juice has been found to actually stimulate also and support collagen production in the skin, and that you can Google online. There's a few clinical studies, quite big studies done on this with watercress. Eating watercress or drinking the watercress juice every day over a period of, I think it was a period of like 21 days or 24 days, showed an increase in the collagen levels in the skin. So if you want to increase collagen level in your skin, instead of drinking a collagen drink, you can go for watercress juice. So watercress juice will be helpful. Then the watercress has got the other benefits of, like, because it has chlorophyll, so it's detoxifying. It also has got micronutrients, so your vitamins and minerals are in there as well. Definitely healthier than like a collagen drink. So I want to pull up the next slide, which is what I've been talking about earlier, which is integrative medicine. I saw this online and I thought it's quite interesting to share with you guys. This is something that the world is kind of moving into because, as I said, as naturopaths becomes more aware of research science, and as doctors become more aware of natural science, then they combine and fuse together to form a new umbrella called integrative medicine. So integrative medicine consists of all these things here. It starts with biological. So at the top, where it's red, red and purple and orange. So this part here would be like the medicinal therapy, right? So this part here is, you have things like nutritional supplements, natural medicine, and pharmaceutical drugs, right? So all these things forms your medicine. And in between, you have your biological medicine, which is what doctors, biological medicine, which is natural medicine, natural medicine that deals with your natural body function and its reaction and the relationship to the nature. And then you have on the purple side, which is conventional. Purple side conventional would be what your doctors would prescribe you or work with you. So you have things like pharmaceutical drugs, you have surgery, you have physical modalities, so things like physiotherapy. Then in the biological side, of course, natural medicine, and then you have your This is really hard because it's like a mirror image, so I need to find out. Okay, so over here, the orange part is alternative medicine. So this is like naturopathic medicine, a way where you have nutritional supplements, you have holistic therapies, and then you have energy methods, right? So energy methods would be things like Reiki and like things that uses energy, vibrational energy. And then you have spiritual practices, of course, like your religion or other kind of like spiritual practices, meditation. And then at the bottom, you have psychology. So psychology, in this case, you have stress management, biofeedback, and counseling. And then emotional would be mind-body medicine. So mind-body medicine, emotional, this branch here studies the relationship of your thoughts and your health, because what you think every day has got a direct impact on your health. So all this together forms integrative medicine. And today we're starting to see more and more integrative medicine practitioners, and a lot of them are actually medically trained doctors, right? Who are they're exploring all these different modalities. But again, like a naturopath, an integrative medicine physician will not do everything here, right? They will pick a few branches that they're really good at and then integrate it to form their way of working with you. So that essentially is what naturopathic medicine is. And for me, I work a lot with herbal medicine, nutrition. So therefore, and that is why I create supplements, because to me, supplements are the best way to sustainably bring all these useful herbs and nutrients into our body. But obviously, if I have a choice, I would want everybody to be taking this as part of like their meals daily, so incorporating healthy foods into your meals. But we know that's not sustainable. Even myself, I don't do that, because who's going to be farming and cooking every day, and then creating recipes to treat specific problems. So that's why we have supplements. Like supplements like Cell Soldier contains herbs. In fact, Cell Soldier is all herbs, and it's all whole herbs. You have soursop leaves, you have broccoli sprouts, you have moringa and turmeric. And then so using this as an example of naturopathy is, individually all these plants have got different nutritional profile, and they also have their own sets of phytochemicals. And then what I do is then I would look at the profile of these herbs, and I would kind of piece them together to overlap their benefits and effects until I get like a holistic picture of what I want this product to do. Then collectively it would help to address certain challenges that you might face. So things like for Cell Soldier, it'd be great for things like if you get that occasional aches or pains, or like in your joint, if you have squeaky joint, or if you have a very demanding lifestyle and it's taking a toll on your body, it's taking a toll on your liver, or just your general health, or if you have a lot of inflammation in your body. So this is where Cell Soldier comes in handy, because specifically all these ingredients work in way. So using again this as an example, I want to highlight how naturopathy works in a way where if say let me see. So if say somebody has got inflammation, okay, so if somebody has got inflammation in the joint, right? So let's say you have like elbow pain, and then you go to a conventional doctor. So what the doctor will prescribe you for your elbow pain would be a pharmaceutical anti-inflammatory drug that will relieve the pain. You might also be given like a painkiller, and in severe cases, then they might give you an injection, right, of steroids. After you take those medication, then the pain goes away momentarily, so for a short time, and then once you stop the medication, the pain comes back, right? Because traditional medicine is really great at fixing the symptoms or masking the symptoms, but it doesn't fix the root cause. So in naturopathy, then what I would do is, when a patient comes in with like an elbow pain, then we'll start to evaluate why this patient has got an elbow pain. Is the elbow pain because of overuse, or is it because of maybe dysfunction or weakness in other parts of the body? So in this case, with Cell Soldier, then you would have things like your graviola, soursop leaf, broccoli sprouts, and moringa. That provides the micronutrients like the vitamins and minerals. All these things will help to provide the body with like the micronutrients it needs to self-heal, because the body can self-heal, right? If you fall and if you bruise yourself, after like a few days the bruise goes away because the body self-heals. And then you have turmeric in here that is an anti-inflammatory that can help to reduce the pain. But at the same time, the turmeric also helps to support the liver health. And in this case, when you have a joint pain here, the joint pain could be autoimmune. It could be systemic, right? It could be something that is not due to overuse. It could be that your liver has been sluggish, and your liver is not performing well, and then over time it dampens your immunity. and because of your immune system dysfunction, then it causes an inflammation in your body. So this is how like I would look at treating like a specific challenge that you have in your body using naturopathy, by just looking collectively at like your body, your lifestyle, and then using the right, or rather using like a combination of different plants to find a solution. So any questions so far? Have you guys seen a naturopath before? I mean, not me. Obviously, you're seeing me now, but have you guys gone to like a naturopath for a consultation, or have you been to like a counselor, or have you been to a physiotherapist, or like somebody, or chiropractor, osteopath? So chiropractors and osteopaths, they also fall under the umbrella of naturopathy, but they fall under like the physical modalities, right? So physical therapies. So more importantly is what you want to view naturopathy as is you shouldn't view it as a study of something that is separate from you. Uh, let me try and rephrase this. So when we look at medicine, like traditional conventional medicine, like a doctor, we will view the doctor as, or rather the study of medicine as something that is separate from us, right? It is a knowledge that doctors have studied and they are specialists in it. So we are the patient, we go to them. It's a very distinct case of a patient-doctor relationship, and also even like what they understand and what they know, it's very distinct, right? There's a clear line, and it's a line that you never ever cross over, right? And the patient, unless the patient goes to medical school, the patient does not become the doctor, right? The patient cannot prescribe him or herself pharmaceutical medicine. The patient cannot operate on himself or herself. So there's a very distinct line that is never crossed, and it shouldn't be crossed because conventional medicine has to be done by a specialist. In naturopathy, it's not that case because naturopathy is the study of nature, and in the way in nature there is no prejudice. So there is no prejudice in the sense where there is no line that defines that you as the patient cannot then take charge of your own health. In naturopathy, you can take charge of your own health. You can use the principles of naturopathy for your own health. So you can cross over to the line because initially the naturopath is your teacher, but as you start to understand it more, as you start to know how it impacts your lifestyle, when you make lifestyle changes, or when you start to incorporate recipes, when you start to work on your mind-body relationship, then actually what you do is you start to cross over to the line where you become your own teacher and you become your own physician. So that is a goal of every naturopath, is to help the student become the teacher, because once you cross over to that line, then you're equipped with that knowledge, and once you have the knowledge, then you know how to prevent, which brings us to this, right? Prevention. That the ultimate goal for naturopathy is prevention. And the best way of prevention is for the naturopath to impart the knowledge over to you. But that doesn't mean that you should go out and start to self-prescribe yourself with different supplements or herbs or stuff, because you still need to understand your body. You still need to understand there is a learning curve, there's a learning process. But I think that's the beautiful part of it, is it empowers you to take charge of yourself, of your own health. And that is the nice thing about naturopathy. That there's no clear line, and it allows you to self-grow into someone who can take charge of your own health. Kami. Oh, you're thinking of going to one? Okay. Where in the world are you from? Are you from the US? Are you from Asia? And naturopaths, they work. I mean, they work, but in different parts of the world, it's regulated differently, and it's also depending on where you're trained, right? I was training in Australia. A lot of naturopaths are trained in the US. Some of them are trained in Germany. So depending on where you're trained, different countries also have different bias in the sense where, like in Australia, the traditional naturopaths, very passionate about traditional herbs, right? And then in the US, naturopaths in the US, I think they're very much research focused, and they're also more integrative in the sense where they look at a lot of like new therapies, and then in Europe, naturopaths are known to be in a way very adventurous in defining different, but they do a lot of physical modalities. In fact, naturopathy first started, and the founder of naturopathy is this guy called Benedict Lust, and Benedict Lust started hydrotherapy, which is healing the body with water. So when you sit in like a warm bath, or when you use like Epsom salt in your bath, or when you use like water to massage your body, that is hydrotherapy. And hydrotherapy was kind of like the first naturopathic medicine branch. Then a lot of people also ask, like, is a naturopath, so because a naturopath studies herbs, then how about Chinese herbs? So since a naturopath studies herbs, then is a naturopath also like a traditional Chinese physician? No, because the very distinct difference between TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, and naturopathy is TCM follows its own principle of medicine, right? It follows the principle of the different elements and the qi in the body. Whereas when a naturopath looks at herbs, then we look at the constituent in the herbs, we look at the phytochemicals in the herbs, right? So, for example, let's say like this green powder. So as a naturopath, for me to use this green powder on you, to prescribe to you, before that I need to understand this green powder. And then what I would do is then I would then maybe test the powder in the lab to find out what this powder contains, what are the different phytochemicals. And then once I know the profile of the phytochemicals, then I know specifically what would be the outcome when the person consumes this. So this powder could be very high in specific antioxidant that helps with inflammation. So then I would prescribe this powder to a patient that is facing challenges in inflammation in the body. Now, the traditional Chinese physician will look at this green powder and then find out first what this green powder is. Like, is this green powder from I don't know, like from celery or from spinach? Once the Chinese physician knows what this green powder is, then the physician will then refer to history, right? Because plants have been used for 2,000 over years in China, and then through the recordings in history, find out what are the energetic profile of this green powder. So this green powder could be warm, it could be cool. This green powder could maybe have affect the qi in your spleen, or it could be in your heart, or in a digestive system, and then through that prescribed to you based on the qi profile that you have. So very different way of thinking. In fact, it is two different way of thinking. But again, with science, what science has done is science has formed a bridge between traditional Chinese medicine and traditional naturopathic herbal medicine, because we're starting to see an alignment in the way we use the herbs. Because although they follow very different philosophies, but then with science now, we're able to compare how we use the herbs, right? We're able to dissect the herbs, and we're able to put it into like clinical trials, and we under a microscope. And then we found out that the same herb, although it has a different profile in traditional Chinese medicine and naturopathic medicine, but the end use is the same. Like ginseng, ginger. Ginger is used in TCM for inflammation, but it doesn't consider like it as like an anti-inflammatory plant, but instead, because ginger has got different energetic values that would then improve someone with a specific constitution, and then usually it would be somebody with inflammation. Whereas for naturopath knows that ginger is good for inflammation because it contains gingerol, which is a phytochemical that is anti-inflammatory. So then we prescribe this to a patient, right? Like the pathway, the thinking is different, the process is different, but the end goal is the same. So I don't know what this is telling us, but I feel like it's almost, I don't know, it's almost like different school of thoughts that brings you to the same thing. Right, it's like religion, right? Everybody has got a different religion. We live harmoniously, but ultimately the end goal with any religion is to find peace. So regardless of which religion you have, the end goal is the same. It's almost the same with TCM and naturopathic medicine. Timid being, this live stream makes me think that the Chinese have a rich history of natural healing therapies. In fact, every race, every culture has got a long history of healing techniques, right? The Chinese is very what has got a rich history of healing techniques because it's very well documented. In over 2,000 years, it is documented very well and passed down really well, and that's why it is very illustrious. There's a lot of traditional medicine in like South America, but unfortunately a lot of those are not as well documented, and therefore we do not know as much. But that in a nutshell is what naturopathy is, what natural healing is. Hopefully you guys have learned something. It's definitely a huge topic that we can probably cover in different live streams, but that in a nutshell is what I want to share with you guys today. And listening to my tone, you will know it's time for, I totally forgot to let you guys know today's flash deal. This is what happens when somebody shares a topic that he or she is very passionate about, right? I become so focused in sharing with you about naturopathy that I forgot to let you know today's flash deal. So today's flash deal is if you make any purchase between 8 p.m., which is over, to 10 p.m. Pacific time, so you have about 1 hour and 15 minutes to go. If you make any purchase from now to the next 1 hour and 15 minutes, you don't have to type in a code, so no code required. What we will do is send you a $10 gift card for your next purchase. Right, so there's no minimum purchase. As long as you make a purchase, any purchase on our website, ceramiracle.com, in the next 90 minutes, then we will send you a gift card worth $10 that you can use on your next purchase. So it's time for our giveaway. So today's giveaway, we are giving Sam, because somebody asked for Sam last week, so Sam is back. We are giving Sam for our giveaway today, and Sam will be given away through the wheel. Where's my wheel? Spin. Oh my god, I downloaded like the spinning wheel app, and then now I can't find the app because I forgot what the app name is. Oh no, where is it? Okay, never mind. Let me go to a website. So today's giveaway is Sam. We're giving out Sam to anyone who can guess the wheel. But let's see, what do we want to guess? Should we guess numbers or colors or? Why don't you guys let me know, like what should we guess? Should we guess numbers or colors, or should we guess something else? Oh, let's guess. Okay, so let's guess words, alphabets, right? So if you look at the brand Ceramiracle, there is Ceramiracle. So I want you guys to guess an alphabet that is part of Ceramiracle, right? So it can be C, it can be E, it can be R, it can be I, and yeah, just type the alphabet that you want to guess, and then we're gonna spin the wheel, and if the wheel lands on the alphabet, then you win Sam. Let me see how many alphabets, unique alphabets we have. Is it A? Oh, so this is quite a nice guess. This is much better than the number game, because if you guess Ceramiracle has got 7 unique alphabets, which means it's 1 out of 7 chance of you winning Sam. If the number game usually will play 1 to 9, then you have 1 out of 9. Okay, so I have the wheel here. So the wheel has got Ceramile on it, right? Because Ceramiracle has got 2 C is repeated, A is repeated, and E is repeated. So 7 unique alphabets, Ceramile. And you can start guessing now. Just start guessing any of the alphabets in Ceramiracle, and then we're gonna spin the wheel. And if the wheel lands on the alphabet that you picked, then Sam goes home with you. So we're gonna ship Sam to you wherever you are in the world. And maybe let's explain what. So while you guys are guessing, I'm gonna explain why Sam is called Sam, right? In case you don't know, Sam stands for Share a Miracle. Ceramiracle. And if you guys are watching this on YouTube or Facebook, if you have no idea what we're doing a giveaway right now. It is our weekly live stream giveaway where we give out gifts like Sam Bear, or we can be giving out a tote bag or gift cards. And today's giveaway is spin the wheel. We are guessing an alphabet from the word Ceramiracle. So if you're watching this, you can just type in any of the alphabets, Ceramil. If you guess the correct alphabet that the wheel lands on, then Sam goes to your home. Very simple. Hey, people in Facebook and YouTube, start guessing. You guys can start now. You guys can type your guess. Is there a lag on Facebook because people are guessing on the live chat, but on the Facebook and YouTube it's slow? I like this spinning wheel game because I have no control over the answer, so it's not biased, it's all down to luck. Gwendolyn, Janice, are you guys guessing? Kami, are you still there? If you're there, you can join in the giveaway. Ida, are you there as well? We are doing the giveaway right now. You all just have to guess, like type in an alphabet that is either Ceramil, one of this, and then we can start the giveaway. So we're spinning the wheel in about 2 minutes. I guess the nice thing with the lockdown is, since I haven't been out, to not get my dose of ultraviolet rays, my skin is starting to become really fair. Well, just guess anything. Just guess anything in Ceramiracle. Just guys guess Ceramir or L. But you're out of time. You have 30 seconds to go. Quick, Gwendolyn, quick. Yeah, we're doing the live stream giveaway right now. We're spinning a wheel soon, pretty soon. So if you, okay, so many C's. Okay, I'm gonna start counting down. Last 10 seconds. You need to feed me your answer in 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're gonna spin the wheel. How do I spin this wheel? Do I just... Oh, there we go. I. So the winning letter is I. Winning alphabet I. Anybody pick I? Let me see. The winner for today is me, because nobody won, so Sam stays with me. Oh, C. Why did so many people pick C? Maybe you thought that like it would be because there's two C's in Ceramiracle, so you have like a double chance of winning, but no, I'm not spinning again because I want to win, and today I win. I win. Get it? I win. I deserve to win because I have talked for a while. So, coming to the end of today's live stream, thank you so much for hanging out with me over the last 1 hour. I want to give you guys a heads up. We have the O'Kelly skincare line launching very soon. Very soon. In fact, it is launching next week. So, I want you guys to take note of it and come back. Obviously watch the live stream on Thursday, but also watch the live stream next week. Most likely next Thursday, you'll be able to be the first in the world to see the O'Kelly skincare collection, and that is an amazing collection. I've been using it for a month now, and I wanna so many times on a live stream. I wanted to show you guys what it is and share it with you guys because I'm really proud of how the product has become. Like it's great. I use it every single day. It's become a part of my beauty routine. It's a great result, simple to use, and it's very sustainable. So see you guys on Thursday on our next live stream. And in the meanwhile, have a great rest of your day and take care. Bye bye.